We stayed at the Toy Story Hotel, but we also did go ahead and visit the Disneyland Resort Hotel. There's a huge foyer, you have a live piano, huge floral arrangements. Toy Story Hotel though is so cute, and it was really cool to stay in a brand new hotel.
太空奇景们，第6层到了。
Level 6, you have arrived.
Today we're in Disneyland Shanghai. This is our only day in the whole trip that we get to spend in this park, so we're trying to make the most of it. When we got through security, it was pretty uneventful. Everybody was very respectful in line. It wasn't that bad getting through security, but then actually when we went towards the ticketing line, people started to get a little crazy, and as soon as they got through the turnstile, they just sprinted straight towards the park. It was bizarre. There was nothing really happening. But they did let us in about 8:30 in the morning. The park wasn't supposed to open until 9. We just walked around the shops. People queued up to kind of be released section by section into the park at, it was before 9 even. It was probably 8:45 when they let us through. But people just went crazy and they were rushing and running and kind of pushing. So we just walked through the souvenir shops. Everything was completely empty, and it was actually pretty nice. A nice way to start the day. Immediately we went to Tomorrowland, where we are now, and we rode Tron, which was amazing. It is very futuristic in Tomorrowland, which is a little bit different from Tomorrowland in Disney World, which, you know, it's a little tired, but this is, you walk into Tomorrowland and I felt like I was in Guardians of the Galaxy or something. There was, you know, just a great vibe, and the way the pavilions are done, the way the levels are done, it's amazing. And once all the greenery grows in, I know it's going to be even more beautiful. So we immediately rode Tron. There was no wait. You do have to check your bags in a locker. The locker is free, so you don't have to worry about that. After we did Tron, which again we did before the park even opened, which was pretty cool, we went to Storybook Castle, which is behind us here, and it is huge, and it is amazing, and it is jaw-dropping, and it's everything that you want from a Disney castle. When you go through the castle, there is a little hallway area with beautiful chandeliers, stained glass, and then you have a couple of mosaic murals featuring some of the more modern and recent Disney princesses. I was kind of surprised that Mulan wasn't one of them, and I was also surprised that there weren't more classic princesses. Maybe they're represented elsewhere within the castle. I'm not sure. We'll have to discover and explore a little bit more. They have a restaurant in the castle as well. It's only open for lunch and for dinner. It's the only table service restaurant as of right now in all of Disneyland Shanghai, which was a little shocking to me. But I do see a lot of people coming in with coolers and snacks. They're doing their own thing for lunch, and they're not spending money on lunch. So I guess Disney figured, why make a whole bunch of table service restaurants that people aren't going to eat at? Definitely plan your meals out. Don't count on eating breakfast in the park. You are allowed to exit the park and go to Disney Town and then come back. There's a specific entrance where you can go through the turnstile. You don't have to go all the way around the front to the main entrance of the park to get back in. Golden Fairy Tale Fanfare is a stage show that takes place in front of the enchanted Storybook Castle, and it was a very cute show. Lots of very cool stage elements. Peter Pan's Flight. We were so close to skipping this ride, and I'm so happy that we didn't end up skipping it. It's beautiful. The animatronic work is amazing. The scenery is amazing. The projection work is amazing. And we're gonna go on it again because I loved it. It was just delightful. Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for Sunken Treasure was amazing. I was nerding out really, really bad. I was scared. I'm scared normally when I go on the Walt Disney World ride, and I know that ride by heart, but every time the cannon shoots overhead and the water splashes, I still get scared because I'm an above average height 7-year-old. But Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride was awesome. Everything is kind of done so that you feel like you're underwater. You do get a little bit of splash action, but you don't come out head to toe soaked. The animatronics are so lifelike. The whole ride is not in English, so you do see Jack Sparrow and he's not speaking English, but you don't really need the dialogue of the scene to know what's going on. Tarzan Call of the Jungle is a half-an-hour long show that we checked out. Total miss for me, didn't enjoy it. The costuming was off. It was, you know, an okay show from a performance perspective. There were a lot of acrobatic elements, but there was just something missing. And I just kept thinking of back in the day in Animal Kingdom when they used to have, before Festival of Lion King, they used to have a Tarzan show that was amazing. So I thought it was going to be like this, and it wasn't. I just didn't enjoy it. I wasn't happy about it. We are about to go use our Fast Pass now to go to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I'm wondering if it's going to be similar or the same to the new ride that they have in New Fantasyland in Walt Disney World. I have the Storm Captain Jack Stunt Spectacular. I thought was going to be pretty similar to the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular in Florida, but it actually wasn't at all. The whole show is in Mandarin. There's about a 15, maybe even a 20-minute pre-show, which you're standing up for outside in the lobby of the theater. Then everyone's shuffled inside, everybody sits, and you think the action is going to start, but it actually doesn't. There's just more talking. The whole show is in Mandarin, so I couldn't unfortunately appreciate anything that they were saying. And then finally all of the stunts are kind of packed together in the last 5 minutes of the show. If the entire show was like the last 5 minutes, it would be an excellent show, but unfortunately it's just good. Once Upon a Time Adventure is an attraction that's actually inside the Storybook Castle, and it does answer one of my questions I had earlier, which was, do we see any of the more classic Disney princesses? This is a Snow White attraction. It's kind of, I don't want to say similar to the Enchanted Tales of Belle in Florida, but it uses some of the same projection techniques, and the techniques are excellent. The only thing that I wish would change are the people pushing and shoving to get in front of you so that they can rush to the next part of the story. But it is a very enjoyable attraction, one that I wouldn't miss because the technology is so good. Marvel Universe, I had such high hopes for you. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to my expectations, but it's still kind of a cool area. I did meet Captain America. He was very polite and excited to meet somebody from the East Coast, just as he was. But on the whole, the Marvel Universe seems like an area where they had a big square room that they wanted to shove something in, and they decided to call it Tony Stark's Expo. I think out of the whole park, I really enjoyed Tomorrowland at night the best because the entire landscape is imbued with so much color. They have amazing lights all over the place that fade from one color to the next. They had a really cool dance party with a live DJ, a huge screen that had all sorts of weird projections. And Tron at night, it looks amazing. It's the showcase of Tomorrowland Shanghai. And if you can wait, if the lines aren't too long to ride it at night, I would definitely recommend riding at night. If you only have one chance, day versus night, definitely do it at night. And the coaster, the way you're kind of bent over on this Tron light cycle, I've never been on a roller coaster like that before. And you're speeding through going 60 miles an hour. It's just really, really cool. Ignite the Dream, a nighttime spectacular of magic and light, is the fireworks show that takes place in front of a castle, and it's really, really cool. The projection work, going along with all of the projection work that we've seen in Disney Shanghai today, is absolutely on point. It's so crisp, even from really far back, you can tell exactly which movies and which characters are appearing on the castle. They had a Star Wars section as well, which was really cool, and then you had some classic Disney, some modern Disney. There was just a little bit of everything for everyone in this fireworks show, and they also had lasers, and I love lasers, so that was welcome. This was such an amazing trip to Shanghai and to Shanghai Disney, and I can only hope that in the future we'll be able to go back. I would love to go back. But for now, off to Tokyo, where we're gonna spend a couple days in Tokyo City and then check out Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, which we are super excited for.